Hi, this is Gary Wong from Gary Wong Realty. I'm starting to do a video blog series. Just want to talk about the three most commonly misunderstood real estate statistics. Number one is when the news talks about Canadian housing starts increasing or decreasing. Number two, I want to talk about when the news talks about home sales increases or decreases. And then number three, I want to talk about when the news talks about average house prices dropping or increasing. So first, the news often talks about Canadian housing starts increasing or decreasing. So what does this actually mean? So if they say this season or this year Canadian housing starts are increasing by 30% or decreasing by 25%. So what's the problem with this? First of all, it's not neighborhood specific. It doesn't specify a specific city, a specific neighborhood. Number two, it doesn't specify sales or pricing. It doesn't say the new housing starts are going to be $800 a square foot or $700 a square foot. So it doesn't really help the typical buyer and seller. So number two, let's talk about home sales drops and increases. So what does that actually mean? Home sales increases or decreases is just saying that the number of units sold in a particular month have increased compared to last month or have decreased compared to last month. So why is this a problem? How does this mislead typical buyers and sellers? Well, once again, they don't talk about it being a specific neighborhood. It's not neighborhood specific. They just say home sales have dropped by 30% or home sales have increased by 25%. It's not neighborhood specific. It doesn't specify the reasons. It also doesn't take into account seasonal factors. There are particular reasons why home sales would increase or decrease. Perhaps maybe a local change in policy or some global changes in the world that are affecting consumer confidence. There are many reasons for that. Number three, average home prices. So what does this actually mean? When the news talks about average home prices that have increased to about $800,000, $1 million. So what does this mean? They take the prices of the listed units or sold units and they divide it by the total number of units. So why is this misleading? Well, first, they don't tell you if it's where they get their data from. So again, it's not neighborhood specific. They might say, oh, the average house price in Vancouver, which is a large geographic area, doesn't really help the typical buyer and seller who's wanting to buy in a specific area in Kitsilano or Point Grey. The second thing is, if you know about averages, they typically are influenced or can be easily manipulated by outliers. So if you're looking at a particular neighborhood and for that particular month a higher priced unit sells, then it'll just drag the average upwards. Same vice versa, if a low priced unit sells in that area for a particular month, then it'll drag the average downwards. So it doesn't tell you what a typical house would sell in a particular neighborhood. So I wouldn't rely on averages. Summary, I talked about three commonly misunderstood real estate statistics. What are the three takeaways? I would say talk to a real estate professional who knows their market. Number two, I would pay attention to neighborhood date specific statistics. And number three, although the news sometimes gets it right, I would take the news with a grain of salt. That's it for today. I'm Gary Wong from GaryWongRealty.com and have a good day.